Hi, welcome to Cup of Chocolate. I'm Shoko. In each episode of this podcast, a friend and I will be chatting and discussing listener-submitted stories and gossip. So grab a cup and let's chat. Hello, hello.
Hi.
Okay, we are ready.
Yes, I had to just copy it out into a separate browser because it didn't like it
Oh,
through Instagram. So I had to copy it out, but I got it.
okay, good. All well. This technology stuff, it's difficult for me too.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
No problem. Okay, so we are here today with our favorite diva from Threads. It's me, Presto.
Hi, it's
Hi.
me.
Okay, so you are like a organically grown Threads diva.
Yeah, you could say
It's
that.
it's insane because you started with zero, and then how many followers you have now?
I think the last time I checked, like right before I got on, because I figured that this question was coming.
Yeah.
I think it was like it's like 6,540 or something like that,
That's insane.
somewhere around
In
there.
how many months? How many months has
Um,
Threads been alive?
I think I don't know.
Oh, hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Are we
Did,
back?
did it did it cut me out?
I think so. I couldn't hear you for a minute.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, I think I need to make sure I keep my screen from dying out. I guess it went black. What was the last thing you heard
Oh,
me say?
where were we? I was trying to figure out how long Threads has been like a thing. Is it like
Oh,
4 months?
okay. Well, I don't know exact. I know that I joined in July, this past
Mhm.
July, but I wasn't. I know that like I was like number like 800,000
Right.
something. So like I was still in the first like 100 million or whatever
Yes.
the hundred. Yeah, I was still in that first little grouping, but I didn't do it right on day one. I think I was like I started like in week two or something like that.
Yeah. That's crazy. But still, you've got over 6,000 and you
Yeah.
have a goal, right? When you
Yeah, I
hit
mean it's a loose
10K.
goal. Yes, when I hit if when I mean I don't know. I try not to like put too much hope in it, but like if I get to 10,000 followers on there, which would be absurd, that has never happened. I mean, I'm already higher than I've ever been on any social media platform before, but I will launch my own podcast. I've decided if I reach that milestone.
That's so exciting. I need to hear this podcast. Not only because I just love your vibe anyways, but you are not only are you just the diva from Threads, but you have an award-winning drag persona.
Yeah, I
Can we talk about
do.
her for a minute?
Sure. No, I'd love to. She's like and like a locally award winning. Like I always throw that in there because like I I don't want like I don't want people to like think that I'm like hot shit with that. Like it
You are hot shit though. So let's talk
well
about Bridget Azul.
yes, Bridget Azul. That's her from my drag persona from like a she's like a former life, but also like she's kind of still here. But yeah, that's her name.
That's amazing. So what tell me more about her. Like how did she come to be?
Sure. I guess like where do you want to start? Do you want to know where like the name came from or like how I started getting into like how she like was born, I guess, or like why I started to do drag? Where do you want to start?
Oh my god. Well, okay, let's see. I definitely want to know your start into drag and then how Bridget Azul was born. So I guess the whole story.
Okay, I'll break it up into a two-part. Okay,
Okay.
so well, because I feel like a lot. I'm like 28 years old, so like my generation, a
Mhm.
lot of I think gay queer people of my generation were introduced, especially like in like where I come from in like southern United States, like in Texas area. I feel like a lot of people my age were introduced to drag through RuPaul's Drag Race, which was also, I
Mhm.
mean, the case for me for the most part, like real, like being like knowing what drag was. I was like when I saw RuPaul's Drag Race, but I do remember the very first time I was ever exposed to a drag queen was when I saw a clip of like America's Got Talent, and I can't remember the year now, but it was Derek Barry was the drag queen who was on it, who
Oh
was
my
lip
gosh,
syncing
yes.
to Britney Spears song Toxic, and I thought that was like fabulous. And Derek Barry later went on to be on Drag Race, but anyhow, so I saw that and was kind of like captivated by that. But then once I saw RuPaul's Drag Race, then I was like, oh, like this could be fun. But also, I was still in the closet when I was introduced to all of that. So like it was a weird
Oh.
like grappling with that. It was all very confusing to me because I didn't come out of the closet until I was 19, and then at that point, like I was like, well, this I may as well like I want to play with this because like I've always enjoyed dabbling in the feminine. So I was like, let me give this a shot, and then I started playing with makeup because I was like, if I'm going to do this, like I need to learn how to do a face because like that seems like
Mhm.
the hardest part. So like I took like while I was like just working my regular retail job, I was like just I would go home at night and like I built like a Bridget Azul like Twitter account at the time. Like I tried Twitter for a second and then like but it was only for a little bit, and then I immediately switched to Instagram.
Mhm.
And then like that's why I often say I was never really on Twitter because I wasn't. I was on it for a hot second, got hate speeched off it, and then moved to
Oh
Instagram.
no.
That's a whole separate thing. But anyhow, I did that for a college project. It was kind of like that. I know I'm jumping around, but the coffee's kicking in. But I was in a social media class in college, and a semester long project was to like try to like build a social media presence. And at that point, I was like, I had been playing with makeup for a little bit, and I was like, hell, you know what? This could be fun. This could be the way to like to I guess like have my cake and eat it too here. I was like I could build a Bridget Azul persona on Instagram and run it as my project for class and just like as my passion project too and see kind of where that goes.
I love that.
So I would just, yeah, I would just do makeup at home and then like spend like 4 hours doing it, taking photos and then throwing it up on Instagram and taking it all off. And that's what I would do for a little while. But then eventually, I one of my coworkers and friend, still very close friends, his name is John. Hi, John. If he ever hears this, I'll probably
Hi,
send it to him.
John.
Uh, but he told me we were working together at the time, and it was like Christmas Eve or whatever. I think it was Christmas Eve 20. Oh God, what year was that now? 2017, maybe 2018. He sent me a casting call for a local drag competition show at a local bar, and it was like a 12-week long drag race style competition show. And well, I'll never forget it. He said in the text message, it said, bitch, you need to do this, you need to stop wasting your talent in your bedroom, and you need to sign up for this. And I was like a little tipsy on like Christmas Eve at my parents' house at the time visiting, and I was like, you know what, fine. All I had to do was like submit a couple of pictures, and then like I had done my first little number at my own Halloween party, like
Oh
that
my gosh.
previous like Halloween. And so I had to submit like 3 pictures, a performance number, and then like a short little bio. And so I just like threw that together, sent it in, and I was like, sure, and I just to shut him up, if anything. And I was just like, okay, fine. Like I submitted, like I'll let you know, fine, whatever. And then, I mean, one thing led to another. So I somehow got cast into this thing, never having performed before in my life. And then, so my very first time performing, like in a live public setting, like in front of strangers, was the premiere of this competition.
That's
And
insane.
yeah,
And
and I
I
was
know
like,
I have a little background already. So this
oh.
is the competition that that you won.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yes, and
insane.
it's so wild because I was competing against like my runner up. I love her to death. My runner up, Tara Saint Stone. She like has multiple pageant titles, like state level and like higher like pageant title, and like I believe. I mean, don't quote me on this part 'cause I don't know for sure, but I believe she was currently holding titles at the time that we were competing together. And so
Ooh,
like
I
it
just
was,
got
and
goosebumps.
yeah, it was wild. I mean, and she's like, she became one of my like drag parents, like, because she's the one that taught me how to take tips properly after the fact. On all of it, but like, so we're very close now, and but so like, and like a lot of the other people I competed with, like, well, had at least been doing it for a while. Like they were recognizable names in like the local scene, and I was just this nobody that showed up out of nowhere. So like, I guess I kind of had like that underdog type of thing going on. But yeah, I somehow, and I think the advantage that I had was that I had no drag at all because like I was starting fresh. So I was building my wardrobe and catering it to the competition like as I went. Whereas
Oh,
everyone else, I mean, they were doing that some of it. Like I'm sure like some of them were building stuff out
sure.
for it, but they had existing closets. So I'm sure a lot of the times they were just kind of pulling from what they had, whereas I didn't have anything, so I just had to
Oh
kind of
my
like
gosh. I
build a
want to see
custom
this
closet.
movie. I need to see this movie.
Oh my goodness. But like I have all of it like, and my boyfriend Ethan was like at every one of them, like every step of the way, like he has recorded like everything. So that's what's kind of fun is that like I have pretty much the entirety, almost the entirety, not like 100% of it, because I was doing a lot of shows towards the end there, and like some of them I was like Ethan couldn't go to, but a very like the vast majority of my performances and like my competition, all of that is all recorded. Like I have all of that.
That's amazing.
So it
I can't wait for your biopic.
wouldn't that be a trip?
I'm gonna be there. I'll watch the premiere.
Oh my goodness, yes, I would love that
That's
set front row. Wouldn't
amazing.
that be funny?
Oh wow. I didn't know any of this.
Yeah, it's yeah. Well, and like I can't, I have to, I cannot stress this part enough. I didn't do it all by myself. Like it takes a village. Like behind every queen there's a village. Like I had my team. I called them the House of Azul, and it was like my boyfriend Ethan, my little sister Delaney. She helped me out quite a bit. One of my old friends at the time, we're no longer friends. We had a falling out, unfortunately, but she was helping a lot with that. But like, and my parents, like my dad was helping me. Both my parents. So I remember specifically, my dad was helping me with my one of my final runway. Like he was helping me with my final runway package. Like it
That's so
was,
amazing.
yeah, and like my whole family was there to watch me win. They all were wearing my merch because like I kind of like like I guess like streamlined stuff. I was kind of like, you know what, like if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. So I made merch like right away. Even I had no
Yes.
business doing that, but I was just like, I'm just gonna make merch right away, have my people show up in my merch. Like I'm gonna just like fake it till I make it. I'm really gonna come out here and act like I'm somebody.
You know what though? Like that's probably why you won. You know, because you were
Perhaps.
like in that mindset. You were already a winner, baby.
Ah, thank you. I mean, I guess, and I mean, I did do it.
Right.
I won that shit somehow.
That's
12 weeks
amazing.
long, and
Oh my
I was only in the bottom one time. Although, thank you to thank you to Shelley Von Miller for being sick and having to drop out that 1 week because I would have gone home. It would have been it was week 3. I would have been done. I would have been out. And it was the one time I was in the bottom, and I probably would have. I think I lost that lip sync, but neither one of us went home because someone had to drop out that week. But
oh my God.
it could have been over so
Twists and
fast.
turns. twists and turns.
I
Oh my
know.
gosh.
I wish that we
You,
could have recorded that. Like if that was
yeah.
like an actual show, that would have been something else.
I mean, I mean, no disrespect to Mother Rue, but that's even better than like some of the the script writing going on right now. So,
I need to watch all of the new casting for the casting announcement. I still
hmm
haven't watched that, but I've fallen off after a while. But
hmm
I need to get back on it. But yeah, no,
same.
it was something. But and then after winning, like part of my prize package, it was like $1,000, a photo spread or like a photo shoot, not photo spread, a photo shoot with one of the sponsors, and then also a spot on the rotating cast for like that bar.
That's
or or
amazing.
it was no, it wasn't a spot. It was just like a couple of spots. Like you got to come and do a
hmm
couple of spots. But then I eventually they offered me a spot. Like I eventually got on like the payroll and was on cast, and I was there. Like I was on that show every Thursday, and I did every. It was every other Tuesday, every Thursday, and then like at the bar that I competed at, and then like with some other like extra shows thrown in here and there. And then at the height of my drag career, I started doing brunches too. So like the most shows I would do in a week would be a Tuesday, a Thursday, a Saturday, and two on Sunday.
That's amazing.
And
Wow.
and I didn't
Like
like
from
to
zero
repeat
to
numbers.
100 in
Yeah,
like
yeah.
3 seconds.
It, yeah, well, and I mean, and I know it sounds like I'm tooting my own horn, and it feels weird to talk about it like this, but like it was literally at the point where like the next step, if I were to go any further with it at that time, like people that I respected, like queens that like had been in the game for so much longer, like were telling me like, or we're in earnest asking me like, when are you gonna apply for Drag Race now? Like, when are
Right.
you gonna like do that? Like this is the next step. Like, when are you gonna do this? Like, if you're serious about this, like in I guess like the grand scheme of like I guess the new like drag American dream is to like go
Right.
get on drag and all that. And I looked into the contract. I got close. I looked into the contracts. I like started to kind of like think about putting a package together, but like it did. Then the pandemic hit, and it like I
Mhm.
didn't quite like the contracts, and then it just it wasn't for me, and I don't regret it. I don't regret the way that things turned out, but but yeah, but
Wow, that's crazy. Do
oh,
you
and the
think
name,
like
all that I didn't even tell you how I
oh
got the
no,
name.
yeah. Yes.
I'll just talk
Bridget
your ear off.
Azul.
Yeah, it's not that like it's not like a play on words like a lot of queens names. Like it
hmm
literally just comes from a video game that I played as a kid called Portal Runner on PlayStation 2.
hmm
And the villain like in that like you play as like a little toy soldier woman, and like the villain in that game is a French fashion doll named Bridget Blue. And I thought, and she looks like a drag queen. Like I even cosplayed her. Like there's a photo floating around, like of me cosplayed as her,
Oh
um,
my gosh.
in one of my first looks. In fact, I was dressed as her in the performance that I sent, that I did at my little Halloween party that I sent in for the application for the competition that I did. But all
That's
that,
amazing.
but I was just like, I don't want to like steal it verbatim. So I was like, let me just change the spelling of the first name and change the language of the last name. So it went from like Bridget Blue, like in the French spelling, to like I changed it to Bridgette, and then I was like, well, Azul, like I'll just make it Spanish. I'm in Texas, like I'm Spanish is all around here, like I'll just do it like that.
I love it. I think Bridget Azul is perfect.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I didn't know you were into video games, which is a great segue for our story today.
Oh,
Thank you for
fabulous.
that.
Yes,
Thank you for
of
that.
course. Oh, that was
Because the
not
story,
even planned.
yeah, because the story is not quite about drag or anything like that. So I was like, oh, shoot, how am I going to segue into this? But you did it for me.
Oh,
So thank
perfect.
you,
Ah, we're
Diva.
naturals at this, Diva.
Natural. Okay, do you have your cup?
Yes, I do. I have
Are
my
you
cup.
ready for the inaugural sip?
Oh my gosh, yes, I'm ready.
Okay, here we go.
Ready? Ah, that was good.
So good, so good. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to introduce this story, read this story to you. All the names and places have been changed.
Okay.
And you are just welcome to interject and add your own spice whenever you feel it. Okay?
Okay.
Here
Sounds
we
great.
go. So we are going to time slip here, way
Okay.
back to grade school.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
Our our protagonist, we'll call him James,
Okay.
is in the fourth grade. Do you remember being in the fourth grade?
Oh man. Let, yeah, yeah. I mean, I feel like my memories probably skew a little bit more towards the fifth grade. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that I can place myself firmly because what fourth grade's like here, like you're what? How old?
Like 9 or 10,
Like
maybe?
9? Yeah, something like yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. I can put myself there. Okay.
All right. So James, as young boys do, is playfully shit talking his sister's friend's younger brother on the phone,
As one does.
as one does. So, but the friend's brother is a grade or two higher than him. So let's say 11 or 12, I think.
Ooh, we're punching up. Okay.
Yeah, punching up, right? Come on, James.
Yeah.
So James insults this kid quite harshly and foolishly challenges him to a fight the next day.
Okay. All right. All
Are
right.
you
Oh boy.
are
Oh
you
boy.
ready
What?
for the insult?
Oh my gosh. I'm so okay. Yeah. This has got to be good.
It was I don't know if it was good or if it was bad, but it's something. Okay, so the kid's last name was Yakovich.
Okay.
Can you guess the insult?
I mean, I feel like yeah, I feel like I can probably guess it based off of Yukovich, but let's hear
Yeah.
let's hear it.
So James called him Yakovich.
Yep, that sounds about right. That's the that I'm not
Oh
surprised about
man.
that.
Oh man. It's very fourth grade, I'll tell you
Oh
that.
yeah, no zinger, got him.
So, okay, let's set the scene. It is the next day after school. The sky is a clear blue, a few sparse clouds. A
Okay.
light
Oh,
breeze
beautiful.
picks up some leaves, right?
Ah, yeah,
James and Yakovich are squared
Yukovich and
up.
James.
That's going to be his name for the story.
Right.
Are squared up on the side of James' mom's house. They are ready to fight.
Not next to mom's house. Okay.
Mom's house, man. Where else?
Wow.
Where
Bold.
is mom? Does she know about this?
Yeah, I mean, I just bold to do it so close to where like mom can catch you. But anyway,
Anyway, so the light breeze picks up some leaves. They dance at the boys' feet, a suburban tumbleweed, if you will. Hmm.
yes,
This,
I'm familiar.
uh-huh. This is an old school spaghetti western showdown.
It's giving Bob's Burgers.
Yep. How does the showdown sound go? It goes like.
Yeah, oh my goodness. No, yeah, it's that era. It's the rattlesnake,
Yep,
like the RuPaul's Drag Race. The
exactly.
yeah, I
I'm
think that's
I'm
what.
gonna
Yeah.
add that in there.
Ah,
I'll
yes.
edit that in there.
Yes.
So James sizes up his opponent and immediately realized this would be a one-sided fight.
Oh,
Mm.
what caused that realization?
Hmm. But James challenged Jakobich to the fight, right?
Mhm.
He's not the bitch here, right?
Yeah.
He's not gonna back
No.
down today.
No.
Okay. So James attempts to go for the first hit, right? He winds back, and then Jakobich, whapow, gets him first.
Yep. Sucker punch.
Oh, yep, sucker punch. James is struck and tossed to the ground, and Yakovich repeatedly, relentlessly kicks James in the abdomen.
Oh,
Yeah.
ow,
Oh, James.
James. You shouldn't have been punching up, my guy.
I know. So let's not forget James is a fourth grader, right?
Uh-huh.
He's a child.
Right.
What do
That's
children
right.
do? Right.
We're still talking like 9-year-olds.
Yeah, yeah. So what do children do when they get into fights and find themselves on the losing end?
Right. I mean,
Cry, cry, James, cry.
yeah.
Okay. So at that point, the fight would be considered over, right?
I mean, I would think, perhaps. I mean, or was there a white flag waved?
But again, this is children we're talking about
Yeah.
here. So emotional processing and control is still a developing skill, right? As
Mm-hmm.
evidenced in the previous crying. Well, now James is not only crying, but he is mad.
Yeah, I would be too. I would
He
just
is
being kicked in the
big
abdomen.
mad. Oof.
Big mad.
Temper flaring, fury is bubbling. James gets back up.
That's right, James.
That's right,
Attaboy.
James. Attaboy. um, so here we go. Some background. James loves video games.
Me too, James.
And his favorite video game,
Is Portal
Mortal.
Runner on the PlayStation 2, right?
Yeah. No. Is Mortal Kombat.
Ah, yeah.
Have you played Mortal Kombat?
Oh, yes, many of them, all kinds of them over the years. Yeah.
So you can picture what's going to happen next, right?
I'm hoping there's a finish him coming.
So James played Mortal Kombat all the time. He knows all the characters and all their special moves and stances, right?
Mm-hmm.
So James decides his hours spent playing Mortal Kombat is going to be the key to his victory.
Naturally. I mean, why wouldn't it be?
Exactly. So as James gets up, he takes fighting stance.
I can see it. Oh my God, I can see it.
A ready crouch, arms out in front of him. His hands are not in fists. They are extended and turned down in a stance known as the mantis.
Oh, hell yeah, James.
I mean, you can picture this, right?
I could like it was funny. When you said that he got into stance, that's what got me like yanked back because I
Yeah.
remember kids like that. I remember kids doing that. And yeah, no, I can see it. I'm right there. I'm standing on the side. I'm like in the crowd.
Yes, I'm picturing this. This is like great. Like
Yeah, I'm
I
also
see
9
the
years old
whole.
in the crowd.
Yes, yes. I mean, I see the whole like it's on my TV now. It's like,
Mm,
you know,
mm-hmm.
it's on the screen. It's on the Mortal Kombat. They're right
Yeah.
there in the ring.
Mm-hmm. Ready to input my super sweet combos.
Yes. So Yakovich sees this and he bursts out laughing. Like he is
Big mistake,
laughing.
Yakovich.
Yeah, he is laughing so hard, but he doesn't even want to continue the fight. He's like, fight's over. Like I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if he was just laughing or he was actually afraid.
I mean, there's no telling at that age. There's no telling.
So
'Cause
Yakovich
he either
doesn't want
clocked
to.
him or he was like he either thought it was actually funny or yeah, like he clocked him and was like, "Oh shit's about to go down." He went into Mantis.
Mm-hmm. But James is in combat mode and he's so ready to fight. James' sister has to physically hold him back.
A new character has entered the ring.
Sister is like, James, don't do it. Just give it up. Give
No.
it up.
Voice of reason. Voice of
Yeah.
reason. We love her.
So we're almost done with this story. Ultimately, the fight ends because Yakovich is laughing his ass off. He is not going to
Mhm.
fight anymore. James is eternally in his mantis stance.
He's in there, stone cold Mantis. I can see
He's
it.
not going to give up. Who do you think won?
I mean, I like to think that James is still standing. He's in Mantis.
He is. He
Yeah, he's
is.
winning. My money's on our James.
I think our guy James is the winner here.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't give up. He's not the one that called it quits.
Mm-mm.
So I mean, yeah. That's my ruling.
So a life update. James has never fought again since.
Well, I mean, that's wonderful. Who needs it?
Absolutely. I don't know. Maybe if it comes time again, he's got that Mantis stance ready. So
Yeah, he's got to still. I hope he's still practicing. I would be.
yes.
Got that. Make sure that it's like solid. Although I
Mm-hmm.
feel like I don't know. I don't know if it would elicit laughter in an adult. Well,
This
I don't
is
know. Maybe.
true.
Who
I
knows?
don't know.
I feel like I would be intimidated if someone, like, even if I didn't recognize what exactly its mantis is supposed to look like, if a grown person just like locked into any sort of like stance or something like that, I feel like I would be intimidated.
Absolutely. I'm not gonna cross James anytime.
No, James, we're gonna be pals, you and me, and you can teach me how
Yes.
to get into mantis
Exactly. We'll have him on our side.
or whatever complimentary stance goes with that. I'll do that
Exactly.
one.
Well, thank you for joining us today, Presto. I
Oh, of
hope you
course. Thank
enjoyed
you for
that.
having me. Oh my God, that was fun. This is so cute.
Yeah.
I love this.
I hope you will join me again for another story.
Oh my gosh, yes, anytime. Literally anytime. I will be here. You name it, I'll be here. This has been so fun.
Thank you. And I can't wait for your podcast. So
Oh my goodness.
I need
Yes.
everyone to follow you on Threads. It's at
Yes.
Mark it me presto
Yes.
Presto. Is that right?
And yeah, that's right. It's just it me Presto. It's not it's me. There's not an S in
Mhm.
there. Besides in Presto, but yeah, it's just it me Presto. Only because it's me Presto was already taken.
Rude.
Yeah. But hey, no shade to that person. I don't even know who it is, but no shade to them.
I hope they follow you as well.
Oh my gosh, yes. I should just follow them, honestly. I should just
Yes.
go do that.
Follow all the Prestos.
Yes.
All
But
right.
yeah, please
Thank you.
look out for that. Follow me there, and I'll it's gonna be called Divas. That's but yeah, just follow me there for more, because if we get closer to the goal, you'll start seeing me talk more about that.
Yes. All right. Look out for Diva.
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for joining us today, Presto.
Oh, thank you, Shaka, for having me. This was so much fun. I look forward to being on again.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for listening to Cup of Chocolate. If you have a story to share with us, some juicy gossip, or you want to come on the show with me and be part of the conversation, DM me at our Instagram account at @MarkCupOfChocolate. This podcast is a labor of love by yours truly, but can't exist without your support and engagement. Let me know your thoughts and feedback. I'm Shoko. Join us again next week for another Cup of Chocolate.